Hi, it's Sarah. Have you ever wondered how to make black texture paste? Well, I'm going to give it a go. I've made it in white before, so it's just a case of changing the colour. So let's go. So what you'll need is black acrylic paint, some powder, talcum powder, you could use cornstarch as well, and Mod Podge. So what you'll need is you need equal quantities of the paint and the Mod Podge. I've got a little cup here, and I'm going to make it in a plastic tub with a lid so it can be airtight. You could use a jam jar if you wish. I'm just going to open this paint here. I've made texture paste in the past. It's quite easy to make, and you can make it as thick as you like. And you can also use other things in there other than baby powder to make it however coarse. You could put sand in there. You could put like polyfiller. I've even made it with eggshells before, which was interesting. So I'm just going to squeeze that in there. So that's like a full cup load of paint. Oh, there we go. And this is just cheap black acrylic paint. If you're in the UK, it's from Home Bargains, and that's my surname there. How teddy. Right, just put the black paint in. I'm just using a little palette knife. I've never made it in black before, so I think it'll be quite interesting. I think it would look nice done over already painted surfaces. So you don't need to paint over this. It'll be like a, I don't know, I think it'll give it a different look to texture paste, especially in mixed media. Right. So that's the paint there. And now for the Mod Podge. Just going to pop that into there, like so. There we go. Mod Podge. I know a lot of people don't like using Mod Podge, but it is good for other things as well as a like a medium to seal things and stuff, because it can be still quite sticky. And this is also how you make gesso. Only with gesso I use PVA glue instead of Mod Podge, and just a little bit of powder just to give it the tooth that it needs. But that's all that is to it. You don't need to go out and pay expensive amounts of money on these products when you can quite easily make them at home. We'll just mix that together. Putting the Mod Podge in doesn't take the colour of the black away. It stays, the integrity of the colour is still there. I suppose you could make texture paste in any colour you wish, really. So that's their mixed together. So now I'm going to add the powder in, but I'm only going to add the powder in little bits at a time to get to the thickness that I want. It also gives your texture paste a nice smell as well. Baby powder is another good one. I don't have any baby powder. There's no babies in this house anymore. But you can use any powder, and you just keep adding it in till it's your required thickness of texture paste. needs to be a little bit thicker. When I've made my own gesso in the past, it's been really good and all, and it covers really well. So I think it needs to be a little bit thicker. And this does set really hard because the Mod Podge gives it the body that it needs and the hardness once it hardens. Where with PVA glue, it's different. Where PVA glue is better for doing gesso, Mod Podge is better for texture paste, in my opinion anyway. It's getting thicker. Still think it needs to be a bit thicker. And you just keep adding and adding until you're, I mean, some people like it really thick and some people like it a little bit more runny, but it depends on personal preference. I mean, if it gets a bit too thick, you can always add a little bit more Mod Podge in to water it down a little bit. And it does last quite a time as well. If you keep it sealed in an airtight container, it does last a long time. I've had a tub of this that's lasted just 2 years before, and that was until I had finished it, so it could have gone on longer. And there we go, that's quite thick. Let's hold, yeah, holds. We'll give that a test. I'll just find a stencil. Stencil here, and a scrap piece of jelly plate print here that I've got. Let's try this. We'll try this. Remember, always wash your stencil straight after. Let's have a look. There we go. That's fine for me. I'm going to give it a quick dry with my heat tool because I haven't got time to let it dry because I am no good at editing, so wouldn't know how to do that. But we'll give it a quick blast so you can see what it's like when it's somewhat dry. Looking good. That'll do, just so you can see that the top surface is dry. There you go. Black texture paste. Thank you for watching. Bye.